The oxygen system supplies oxygen to the crew members and passengers in case of cabin depressurization. The system has the following three subsystems which operate independently: the crew oxygen system, the passenger oxygen system, and the portable oxygen system. Portable equipment is installed in the cabin for use by the flight attendants. 3 portable oxygen cylinders are installed for first aid purposes. They may also be used by the flight attendants to assist passengers in case of sudden decompression. The portable cylinders are located near each cabin attendant station. Additionally, as part of the emergency equipment installation, a total of 4 protective breathing equipment (PBE) units are provided for emergency use by pilots or cabin crew for respiratory and visual protection against the effects of smoke and harmful gases while combating fires in the aircraft or during a cabin smoke condition. PBEs are located near each cabin attendant station and in the cockpit. The oxygen system status indication has 2 parts: the engine indicating and crew alerting system indications, and the MFD status page. The ICUS provides the crew with flight safety information, and the MFD status page provides the crew with an overview of the crew oxygen system status. The flight crew oxygen system provides the pilot, co-pilot, and 1 observer on the flight deck with a source of supplemental oxygen, free from effect of smoke or harmful gases. The system consists of 1 oxygen cylinder, either 50 or 77 cubic feet, installed in the right-hand central fuselage underfloor area, providing oxygen to 3 sweep-on full-face oxygen masks, installed in stowage boxes in the cockpit. The masks are provided with automatic pressure breathing when cabin altitude exceeds approximately 34,000 feet. A pressure transducer continuously senses system pressure for display on the ICUS. Minimum dispatch pressure using the 50 cubic foot cylinder is 1664 psig for 3-man crews and 1190 psig for 2-man crews as shown. The sweep-on full-face stowage box is designed for optimum safety and ease of use. The stowage box connects the masks directly into the aircraft's cockpit communications and oxygen system. The container doors contain integral spring-loaded hinges so that they can be fully opened or fully closed. They also include a test reset button with a flow indication blinker used for mask regulator testing without removal from the container. The flow indicator responds to oxygen flow when the test reset button is pressed or when the mask is used. The indicator shows a bright color contrast upon sensing flow through the supply line. The container also has an optional microphone on-off switch, which allows the mask to be stowed in a non-pressurized state with the microphone off. When the doors are opened or the test reset button is pressed, the regulator is pressurized and the microphone is activated. Both the regulator and the microphone remain functional after the doors are closed and until the test reset button is reset. The sweep-on full-face oxygen mask with pneumatic harness contains a mask-mounted automatic diluter demand regulator. The regulator has a knob mode control with 3 positions: normal, 100%, and emergency. The mask is normally stowed with the control knob set to 100%. The face seal can be easily removed for replacement or cleaning. The face seal includes integral purge valve assemblies. These purge valves allow oxygen to enter the face seal, purging smoke and fumes. The purge valves automatically open when the regulator is in the emergency mode. The mask comes with an optional automatic microphone cutoff, which deactivates the user's microphone during inhalation, providing more understandable audio transmissions. Using only one hand, the mask can be donned and functioning in less than 5 seconds. When the inflation button on the side of the regulator is pressed, the harness fully inflates, allowing it to be placed over the user's head. Releasing the button deflates the harness to the point that the mask is held comfortably in place. Each crew member must verify the operation of his mask during the pre-flight check or during flight crew change. During normal operation, the masks are stowed and the regulator knob is set to the 100% position. This setting will provide 100% oxygen to the user upon inhalation, regardless of cabin altitude. In the norm position, the regulator provides automatic oxygen dilution. At lower cabin altitudes, air is allowed to enter the regulator and mix with the oxygen. As the cabin altitude increases, the percentage of ambient air entering the regulator is reduced until a preset point where 100% oxygen is delivered to the user. The emergency control setting also provides 100% oxygen regardless of cabin altitude. In addition, oxygen is supplied at a slight positive pressure, which purges smoke and toxic fumes from the face seal and maintains protection. The flight crew oxygen system can be easily monitored via the oxygen pressure indication provided on the status page, displaying the actual oxygen cylinder pressure. The pointer colors vary as follows. Green between dispatch pressures for 3 and 2 crew members, cyan for dispatch with 2 crew members only, and amber for no dispatch condition on ground. In case of system failure, the following message will be displayed on the ICUS. The passenger oxygen subsystem is composed of oxygen dispensing units provided along the passenger cabin in the PSUs, in both lavatories, at each flight attendant station, and in the forward galley area. The chemical oxygen dispensing units supply the occupants with supplemental oxygen for 12 minutes during an emergency descent in the event of cabin decompression. The secondary power distribution assembly 1, SPDA-1, provides control of the system if the passenger oxygen panel switch is set to the automatic mode. The SPDA receives inputs from an altimetric switch and the cockpit control switch and provides output to the dispensing unit latches and the cockpit indicator light. The passenger oxygen system flight deck interface is located on the passenger oxygen control panel. The switch controls automatic or manual operation of the system, and an annunciator indicates when the masks are deployed. The selector switch has 3 positions: off, auto, and override. To avoid human error when moving the switch out of the auto position, it has to be pulled out and then turned to either off or override position. In auto mode, the system is controlled by the SPDA-1, which senses cabin altitude from the altimetric switch and automatically deploys the oxygen masks when the cabin altitude exceeds 14,000 feet. Selecting override mode activates the system at any time, independent of cabin altitude. In off mode, the system is turned off and does not function automatically or manually. The no smoking and fasten seatbelt indicators on the PSUs will illuminate automatically whenever the masks are deployed. The oxygen dispensing units are attached to the PSU assemblies. There is 1 PSU assembly and 1 dispensing unit provided for each seat position. The units consist of 2 or 3 oxygen masks, determined by the location of the unit, and a placard indication provided for 3 mask locations within the cabin. The components are housed in an aluminum container, with 2 hinged doors to retain the masks and cover the entire cabin side of the dispensing unit. The unit includes 1 12-minute chemical generator covered by a thermal insulation blanket to protect against heat during the chemical reaction, and is heat shielded for passenger safety on the cabin side of the generator. One electric door latch per unit is installed for automatic door opening. While a manual release tool, located near each flight attendant station, can be used in case the doors of a unit fail to open when commanded. A mechanical test latch allows the door mechanism to be tested without deployment of the masks. The latch holds the doors open approximately 5 degrees from the normal closed position. The edges of the latch are colored red to ensure that the test latch is not accidentally left in the on position during normal operation. During normal operation, all the doors of the oxygen dispensing units are latched closed and the control panel selector switch is set to auto mode. In case of a sudden cabin decompression, the altitude switch will sense the cabin altitude increase. When the cabin altitude exceeds 14,000 feet, or when manually selected by the crew, a 28-volt DC electrical signal is provided to the dispensing unit latches via the SPDA. The dispensing unit latches will be energized for 6 seconds, and the doors will open to deploy the masks to the occupants. When the passenger pulls the mask to the face and places it over the mouth, the chemical reaction starts and the oxygen flows to the masks. During abnormal operation, when the auto mode has failed to deploy the oxygen masks, an ICUS caution message, "Passenger oxygen not deployed," is presented to the flight crew. Following the abnormal emergency procedures, the flight crew selects the passenger oxygen selector knob to override position. The mask deployment will be confirmed when an indicator light on illuminates on the control panel and the caution message, "Passenger oxygen not deployed," disappears. The oxygen mask doors can also be opened directly from the cabin using the manual release tool located near each flight attendant station. There are 3 portable oxygen cylinders installed in the Embraer 190 passenger cabin near each cabin attendant station. 2 cylinders in the forward cabin are located in an enclosed and latched compartment, while the cylinder in the aft cabin is located on the forward face of the left-hand divider panel behind the last passenger seat. The cylinders are intended to be used by the flight attendants for passenger first aid therapeutic treatment purposes or to assist passengers in case of sudden cabin decompression. The protective breathing equipment, PBE, is for emergency use by the crew members or flight attendants for respiratory and visual protection against the effects of smoke and harmful gases while combating fires in the aircraft or during a cabin smoke condition. There is 1 PBE installed in the cockpit and 3 in the passenger cabin, 1 in the forward section of the cabin and 2 in the aft section within 3 feet of the fire extinguishers. Each portable oxygen unit is provided with 1 312-liter 11 cubic feet oxygen cylinder, an on-off pressure reducer, pressure gauge, charging valve, high-pressure safety relief valve, 2 oxygen outlets, carrying strap, and 2 constant flow therapeutic masks. The masks are designed specifically for use with the constant flow portable unit and are attached to the unit using 2 stowage bags. The cylinder pressure for dispatch is 1200 psi, a pressure calculated for the maximum utilization period of 30 minutes. The regulator on the cylinder is provided with a high-pressure frangible safety disc with a rupture range of 2700 to 3000 psi. To obtain the specified flow, the mask is connected to one of the cylinder outlets and the handle is turned to the full on position. The operating and charging instructions are attached to each cylinder. The PBE is stowed inside a vacuum-sealed aluminized bag and is attached to the bottom side of a rigid, flat, orange box. The cover box has a green good condition indicator and handle. The box also features an operating instruction pictogram an identification plate showing the manufacture date, and a fastener which locks the cover on the container with a lead seal. If a leak occurs during stowage, oxygen will escape from its ring-shaped container and fill the vacuum-sealed bag. The indicator will permanently turn from green to red, indicating that the hood might not meet its minimum duration of 15 minutes protection time. When the smoke hood is needed, proceed as follows. Open the box by pushing a spring lock and pulling the box cover upwards. Extracting the hood automatically tears the containing aluminized bag and thus allows a direct presentation of the hood. The ring-shaped gas container, which can be deployed by a brisk downward movement, provides an easy way of handling the hood. To don the hood, open the neck collar seal wide by placing your thumbs in front of the red pointers. This is particularly important if the user wears glasses. If dense smoke prevents visibility, the phonic membrane and visor provides a way of properly orienting the hood. The hood is installed by a simple hood threading on the head. Once the hood is on, operation starts automatically. When oxygen flow noise can no longer be heard, the oxygen supply is finished.